Hi, I'm Don Lombardi, founder of drum workshop DW Drums, and I thought we'd take a quick look at our history of DW and some of the things we had in common with Sweetwater through the years. One thing is, both Chuck and I have blue Volkswagen vans. First time I walked into their lobby, I thought, how did they get my blue Volkswagen van? Only to find out, not only did we both have them, we both were following our passion. I had drums in the back of my van. He had recording gear in the back of his van. And here we are so many years later. He needed a drummer to record. I needed somebody to record me playing drums. Now we're making drums. We need somebody to sell them. He needs somebody to make them. The partnership has lasted these 50 years and taken a lot of turns in the way for both of us, I know individually. I started as a teaching studio, drum workshop. Workshop meant lessons. I was working as a pro drummer in LA, had 40, 50 students a week, decided to open my own little studio and call it Drum Workshop. A few years after that, had the opportunity to get into manufacturing, which was a big jump. Just like Chuck was looking at retail stores and he wasn't really happy with some of the service he was getting, and I was looking at drums that were coming into my teaching studio. I wasn't real happy with the quality I was getting. So the thought occurred to me, and I think probably the same thought occurred to him, how can we fix this? Things have to get better. Of course, he went on to becoming a major player in the retail market, and fortunately for DW, we've been very successful as a drum manufacturer. Something that encouraged me to get into manufacturing was my first product. Even while I was just a teacher, I was making for my students this canister throne. Nobody had ever made one that adjusted in height up and down. So it solved a problem for drummers because the ones that were made by other manufacturers were one solid height, 24 inches. Well, what's the chance you're going to have that be your perfect height sitting? So I made these in my garage. That's how I met John Good. He was a student of mine. He helped me started making them. That was the beginning of our partnership starting DW when we got into making drums and pedals, working together. Through the years, and this is an example of the years going back to the very first pedals we made in 1979, to the pedals we came out with in the 80s, to the pedals we're doing now, all these years later, 30 patents later. I've been fortunate to not only try and fill the voids that are out there in the industry, but to be a trailblazer, to kind of come up with new ideas and solve problems, maybe even solve problems for drummers that they didn't even know that they had. DW in the early days was making pedals. That's what got us into business in the 80s. One of my students was the son of the owner of Camco, which was a small American company back in the day, and he sold that company, but the name only, and we bought all the tooling, dies, and molds that made the actual products. So if you look back in history and you look at this particular pedal here, originally it was the Camco pedal until I bought it and put the 5000 model number on it, which was the model number in the Camco catalog. That's how I came up with the 5000. Just got asked that the other day, so there's a trivia answer for you. And then we got into drums in later, really was 1990 when we first went to the NAMM show and got into making drums. Before that, we were making pedals and building a reputation in the industry of top quality. We're real proud of having a great team behind us, not only to follow the dream that we had at the beginning, just like the dream I knew Chuck had at the beginning. It's all about teamwork now in order to take the company from where it was to where it is now to where it's going. And where it's going is going to be the future. We're really excited about working with you guys, continuing our partnership. As things often go full circle in life, I started as an educator. Now again, I have the opportunity through drumchannel.com to bring together the best drummers in the world so that they can continue to educate you, grow the industry, inspire you, motivate you in order to not only be a drummer, but improve your playing and be an even better drummer. You can reach us at drumchannel.com, of course dwdrums.com, and Sweetwater at sweetwater.com. We're going to see you there, and we're going to see you in person one of these days too. Look forward to that.